Welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategies. Today on Solopreneur Success Strategies, it's Get Your Message Out Tuesday, and we'll be talking further on Instagram that we talked about last week. Because it turns out that Instagram actually works for some businesses. It didn't work for mine, but that's because I have a different business than these people. So we'll be looking at some success stories on Instagram today. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jane Gardner, and I work with my husband in our structural engineering firm in Western Canada. And about 3 years ago, I came onto the internet to help others start their own home business. And today we're going to be talking about Instagram as a way to get more exposure for your brand. For those who don't know, this is Get Your Message Out Tuesday, where we talk about your brand and your messaging and how you can use your messaging on various mediums, whether it's your social media or your website or even just through your direct mailing. So let's have a look at what we've been talking about briefly for the last few months. We've looked at your message, and we have an offer on building your own brand in a week at jgtips.com/brand. For those of you who want to look further on that, you can have a look at my YouTube channel at jgtips.com/YouTube and look for any Tuesday Get Your Message Out Tuesday. There are over 3.5 billion people now on the internet today, and you have to be able to reach them. So that is a critical factor in your business. And one of the ways you can do it is by your messaging and making sure it's the messaging that will attract your ideal customer. So we've had 4-week trainings on you and your brand, how to create your brand, and then we talked about you and your website and how to have your brand messaging on your website. And now we're looking at various social media platforms and which one is best for you. So a brand is your promise, your commitment, and what you stand for and stand against in your business. It is all about your messaging. It is messaging that is consistent, accepted, and attractive to your customer, and has a unique edge to differentiate yourself from your competitors. So we had a look at your website messaging. We had a look at how to create your brand with your homepage, create an About Us page, and as well how a Start Here page to help them move through your website, and of course looked at your blog and how you can use your brand messaging in your blog and in any and all other pages on your website. And so far we've had a look at Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, and today we're looking at Instagram. And we had a look at what is Instagram all about, and we had a look and had a view of some of the Instagram ideas on last week. And today we're going to be looking at success stories on Instagram. And while I get my information together here so I know who these people are, since they're not my business, I've already discussed my business in Instagram and how it isn't really for my business. I use it for getting my message out, but let's have a look at the presentation here on some of the various companies that you can use who have had shocking Instagram success. So we'll have a look at a few of them. That's the previous, obviously this is shocking Instagram business case studies, where we have had businesses who have increased their brand awareness, and they've also increased their revenue, and they've used their level of creativity to capture more audience attention, and how they managed to do this by, and of course, enhancing their database. Well, this is Levi's. For those of you who don't know Levi's, you don't live here, because Levi's is well known, and it has 359,000 followers on Instagram. And Levi's wanted to be at the forefront of customers' mind and increase its brand awareness. So they ran a 9-day campaign in November. They showcased 4 photos of their customers who are dressed with unique denim fabric and photos of memorable times in beautiful outdoor spaces. These photo ads were aimed at 18 to 34 aged audience in the US. And the results were awesome. They reached 7.4 million viewers who visited Instagram on a regular basis, and they saw a 24% lift in ad recall. The director of digital, Levi's, Julie Channing, said, "Not only were we able to reach a large audience with our ads on Instagram, but the metrics clearly show we engage with them in a memorable and authentic way." So they were, of course, very pleased with the results. So they used a unique branding, and here's another one, Chobana. It's unique. It's an appetizing and nutritive yogurt that is prepared with natural ingredients, and their goal was to change the outlook of people towards yogurt being great for any meal rather than only for breakfast. So they ran a 4-week campaign in which they targeted females aged 18 to 49 in the US. They posted images of quick breakfast, a savory snack, and an indulgent dessert image that can be made with yogurt. So let's have a look at that image. So that was the nutritive but interesting dessert. They reached 4 million users in the US, and they had 22% lift in recall and 7% lift in people who use Chobana every time. So they had Instagram was a great platform for Chobana. It allowed them to show how people actually use our product and inspire new ways to savor. This campaign showcased delicious creations and different times of day, extending our existing presence of really beautiful imagery to new audiences, and effectively changing people's perception about enjoying Chobana. And now we're on to Taco Bell. And everybody knows Taco Bell. They have 400,000 million followers. They wanted to increase their brand awareness, so they created a campaign called Live Moz for 4 weeks and illustrated in a unique manner to resonate with this target audience. Taco Bell creative team delivered a series of pictures on Instagram, and they had fun and active lifestyle images of friends having breakfast, and each image captured their brand's youthfulness. The response was awesome. Taco Bell reached a 12.5 million member audience of 18 to 44-year-olds in the US in 4 weeks, and saw a 29% lift in ad recall, which is 4 times higher than what they did before. So Chris Brand, the chief marketing officer of Taco Bell, said, "We let the concept drive creative production and paired that with what we knew about how people engage on Instagram. What resulted was a powerful visual narrative for our new breakfast menu that was a perfect fit within the Instagram environment." So there's another successful business on Instagram, certainly awareness. And now we're looking at Mercedes-Benz. And disappointment, unfortunately, that they put that there, but it's a German, well, everybody knows who Mercedes-Benz, and they wanted to build excitement for the GLA, which was entering the SUV segment for the first time. So they ran a campaign on Instagram named Things So Organized Neatly. People posted images of books, flowers, and pencils in an organized manner, and Mercedes made a decision to use a custom mat as a canvas to show the users of the SUV. The Mercedes-Benz photographer created a new theme called #GLA Packed that asked a question, what would you pack in a GLA? And the results were engaging. Mercedes-Benz saw a 14% lift in ad recall with Instagram images, 54% increase in website visitors from Instagram and Facebook branding ads, and a 580% lift in website visits when Facebook and Instagram ads were combined. At Mercedes-Benz US, using Instagram as part of the digital advertising mix means we can meet new buyers on their home turf. With brand advertising on both Instagram and Facebook, site visits jumped more than 50%. Combining that with our direct response Facebook campaign, and the impact on lift was tenfold, driving users to our GLA model page to further interact with the product. Another new process is, of course, Ben & Jerry's, American ice cream company. They wanted to drive brand awareness for the creative and fun-loving brand and its new flavor launch, Scotch. Ben & Jerry's ran a 8-day campaign on Instagram that included 4 photos of ice cream in a carton, bucket, and cone to tell its visual story, and photo ads were targeted to users between 18 and 35 in the US. And it managed the frequency of ads so that users were able to see Ben & Jerry's ads only 3 times on average. They reached 9.8 million people, saw a 33% lift in ad recall, and 17% more people became aware of its new flavor launch. So Mike Hayes, the digital marketing manager, said that since its launch, Instagram has provided us with an amazing platform to connect with our fans and tell our story visually. Ads on Instagram let us reach and engage with more fans about our flavors, fun, and values. Now here's the next one. Is an interesting, you never thought they could be successful on Instagram, but this is General Electric, and it has 178,000 followers on Instagram, and the goal for them was to show its work in different industries such as energy, aviation, and the other side of its brand. It used Instagram videos and handbooks to increase brand awareness and ran a contest to discover its next Instagrapher to photograph an aviation facility. Their innovative technology images were important to help to attract engineers and big contracts. They received 4,000 Instagram images that were tagged with a defined hashtag, #GEInspireMe. They saw an increase in followers from 93 to 162,000 followers, and they of course, that was very successful, and our theory was it was a great way to present our big machines in a way that was beautiful, in a way that people could geek out on science and technology and jet engines by showing the beauty of the machines. Most of their content was created exclusively for Instagram, and other channels pulled the content. Now, we like to be unexpected and add value is a place where we can do that for GE Electric. Wow, that is, of course, amazing. That GE Electric would be somewhere that is engaging. Another one, of course, more common is UFresh Naturals, which is a gourmet butter company that focused on natural, gluten-free, and vegan products. It has 83,000 followers on Instagram. The goal of UFresh Natural was to create healthy treats, and it wanted, of course, increase its brand awareness. Well, they knew that an Instagram account was needed to achieve a goal, so they used creative campaigns, tagging friends, and affiliate selling with its Instagram friends. So the company earned $34,000 in 1 month, out of which $10,000 was earned only by affiliate selling. It made $7,827 in 1 week, found 1,980 new customers, and made $12,090 per sale with Instagram. The CEO, Jay Lawrence, said, Instagram is modern. The scroll function means it's in your face. With Instagram, I'll literally get 20 comments in 2 minutes. It's the best platform I've ever used to attract customers to my products. I knew Instagram comment selling would work. People love the impulsive side. If I put a post of an order for 2 jars, I would get 100 comments in 40 minutes. Obviously, food is really good on Instagram. Now, the next one is surprising. It's the Maersk Line, which is a shipping container company, and they have 27,000 followers on its Instagram account. They wanted to get closer to their customers and increase brand awareness and achieve high level of engagement and better insights within its employees. So in the tagline, they included a call to action and encouraged its audience to tag images with hashtag Maersk Line. And they tagged the Instagram's Maersk Line and watched them in the feed, and also posted them to Facebook. So they used every single social media tool. It utilized Instagram to post its images and videos to engage its audience, included Facebook with Instagram to double the power of Instagram, And they also spotted a trend where followers who looked at the Maersk star logo could take the pictures and share them on Instagram with the hashtag Maersk. They got hundreds of likes and shares and saw a great boost in their followers. Surprisingly, so they found hundreds of likes and shares, and as I mentioned, a great boost in followers. And Jonathan Wickman, who manages the Maersk account, says we use Instagram like an individual would use it. We try not to overthink and just share some of the great authentic Maersk's moments we come across. Now, here's a more traditional one of Michael Kors, who has a New York-based fashion designer for apparel, designing for women. And he has 2,900,000 followers on Instagram, and he wanted to increase his brand awareness and promote its watch edition. So they launched a 2-week contest on Instagram and asked users to share their photos with favorite watch with the hashtag MKTimeless and a chance to win a watch. So they compared their post with the watch-based post to the regular posted images, and the watch photo ad received 207,000 likes within 18 hours after posting, which means there was a 370% lift in ad recall. Then they got 33,985 new followers, thousands, and which means a 16 times increment in new followers. And here's a more traditional one, IKEA, one of the pioneers in furniture, of course. It wanted to target a huge customer base of people who were young and constantly on the move. So to promote their new collection, they teamed up with an agency to create a unique campaign on Instagram. And it showcased their collection, and it functioned like a regular website. It had 12 image tabs displaying the different product categories like a virtual catalog. But it was on Instagram with a call to action to generate a proactive feeling to its client base. And the initial numbers are encouraging, with the account having gathered more than 12,000 followers since the promotion started. So that's quite a variety of different companies who are using Instagram to their success. And let's go and talk to me. And I think you would probably be surprised at the variety of businesses that have been using Instagram to quite success. Certainly Maersk line for shipping containers is, I would never have thought of that one. Or what was the other one I would never have thought of? Like food is usually very successful on Instagram, but General Electric, you would think would be fairly not engaging at all. But it is, because it's using photos, which of course are one of the ways that we engage as humans. So, and next week, what we'll do is probably go and have a look at Instagram itself and what you need to do for your business in order to use it for Instagram. I think you can see from this study that there is a variety of companies who can get engagement on Instagram, surprisingly. And even I could probably, if I decided to share some of my life. It's just a matter of, we'll be talking next week on how you can do your brand messaging on Instagram.